relations with Israel have of late acquired a depth and diversity which cannot be rolled back. Discuss. Now, this question in international relations was amongst the questions that was really expected, because the leader of Israel, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, had really come up, and there was a kind of a bonding between India and Israel. So try and also preempt what are the hot topics on that in that year and what can be asked. So in this, there are two keywords if you focus in this question. One is depth and the other is diversity. So, in depth, these are two words which you can really work on. First, you can start with giving a broad overview of the India-Israel relations. So I just started with a broad overview that how India-Israel relations have been developing, which year it was the diplomats were exchanged and how the offices were established. I mentioned that year, and that's how it started. Then I divided the question into depth and diversity. When you talk about depth, it's about how deep in some particular areas, how deep it is going, and diversity is about the breadth. Okay, what are the different areas that are covered? When I thought about depth, I was reminded of that one word. In some of the editorials that I used to read, I was time and again there was this word called de-hyphenation of the policy with regard to the Arab world. So we had this confusion that if we would go to Israel, then we won't be able to balance our relations with the Arab Muslim world. So that has been de-hyphenated. So I mentioned that word. Okay, this de-hyphenation has been occurring, and India has been fine balancing the relations between both the things, and the pursuit of India is now its own self-interest, and trying to pursue its own self-interest by narrowly balancing the interest of other countries. This is the depth. And talking about diversity, there are multiple areas in which India and Israel are cooperating. So I mentioned those areas, like it could be space, military technology. We have the Barak 8 missile. Then other such interventions, like in case of cyber security, Israel is doing really good. That is an area. Then there is India-Israel cooperation for startups. That kind of an investment startup forum has also been formed. So all of this I mentioned there.